Alright guys, so this is our final drive in the TRD. We are on our way to Auto Lenders to hand it over, and at that point we'll show you what we got to replace it. What are you thinking, Em? This car has been in our family for 2.5 years. We brought one of our children home in it, and she gets a little bit more attached to things than I do, so she's been sick about this, but once she gets in the new car, I think she'll have a change of pace. So next time you see me, we'll pulling up to Auto Lenders. All right, guys, here we have it. 2016 Lexus GS-F, 5-liter V8, 467 horsepower, and 31,000 miles. All right, guys, so we're here with Jay Perez at Auto Lenders in Toms River, New Jersey. And I've been working with him for a couple weeks trying to find one of these, and they actually had one in there. Where in Pennsylvania is that store?
It was at our Fairless Hills store, so we had to get it moved. Obviously, we move cars from any of our 9 locations here at Auto Lenders. A smarter way to buy a car, all certified pre-owned vehicles. Also, some other vehicles for people who are looking for something a little less expensive as well. But this one in particular, 2016 GS-F, super clean. We only keep the very most meticulous vehicles in our inventory, so come on down, and we'll take care of you just like Steph.
Yeah, I was very surprised when we found this with only 31,000 miles on it for a 2016. Let's go ahead, open it up real quick and take a look inside, and you'll see just how clean this car is. 31,718, and we are super excited to bring this home. Let's pop the hood. So like I said, under here we have the 467 horsepower 5-liter V8 engine. I missed having a V8. I missed the power, and I didn't want another Mustang. I didn't want another 2-door, and I am a Toyota Lexus purist, so this ticked all the boxes. She's still sad, but she'll get over it when she hops in this thing. All right, guys, we are home. We made it home here with our 2016 Lexus GS-F. Just going to give you a tour of the outside here. You'll see the body in this thing is in excellent condition. There are a few dings in the rear that we do have to get fixed. There's a little ding here. My fiance found a couple of more that the car really needs to be inside the seat. But other than that, this thing is in excellent condition. Like I said, this is the only thing that I could see trading my TRD Camry in for, and we did it. So again, this is a 2016, 31,000 miles, in very nice condition. You'll see back here we already went ahead and put our car seats in it. Let me just unlock these doors. And the kids have plenty of room for activities back here. Nice 4-piston Brembo brakes. Nice big slotted rotors. In the back we also have 4-piston Brembo brakes. We have our awesome sounding quad exhaust. Let's go ahead and pop the hood, check her out. Now under the hood of this Lexus GS-F, we have the 2UR GSE, which is a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. And because it is a GSE, that means it has the performance cylinder heads. These cylinder heads are actually engineered and designed by Yamaha, which I thought was amazing. You'll see here we have the blue intake manifold, which leads into our throttle body and into our dual stage intake here. This has a dual stage intake, so at, I believe it is 3,500 RPMs, this flapper opens up, giving more air for this high revving naturally aspirated V8 to breathe. It uses 5W30 engine oil, so it does not run on the OW20 that a lot of Toyota and Lexus's economy cars run on. they want this thing to have some nice thick oil to go ahead and do what it needs to do. So let's go ahead, hop in it, take it for a ride. Alright guys, so let's talk numbers. So 2.5 years ago, we paid sticker price for our Camry. Sticker price for that car was right around $34,000. So 2.5 years and basically 21,000 miles later, we traded that car in for $31,000. So I drove that car for 2.5 years, I put 20,000 miles on it, and I had fun with it. And I only lost $3,000. That is unfathomable, and it just goes to show you how well Toyotas hold their values. Now this Lexus, we ended up paying $55,600. So we owed about 13 grand left on the loan for the Camry. So we put a little bit under half down towards this new car. So I kind of had to play with my head a little bit here because I was trading in a newer, less mileage car for an older car with more mileage. But when you compare the features between the two, this car blows the Camry out of the water in every way. It's got a V8, it's rear-wheel drive, it still has the radar cruise control, it still has lane keep assist, it still has blind spot monitoring. The only thing that I kind of miss here is Apple CarPlay. Unfortunately, we don't have Apple CarPlay, and I'm really trying as best I can to get used to this crap because it's very convoluted to navigate the infotainment system with a makeshift mouse pad. So it's not my favorite thing in the world, but the sound system is awesome, and the way this engine sounds and performs more than makes up for a subpar infotainment system. I did watch plenty of reviews on these cars, and I did see that infotainment was just about everybody's biggest gripe. But who cares about infotainment when you have this? I mean, that more than makes up for the infotainment system. That sound is unbelievable. It's, what more can you want? Yeah, sure, I could have went and gotten an M3 or an M5 or a Mercedes AMG and had 100 more horsepower and 100 more foot-pounds of torque, but that's with turbos and superchargers. Nothing beats the throttle response and the drivability of a naturally aspirated V8. I absolutely love it. Another gripe that I have is that clock. I kind of wish I had a digital clock. Not saying I can't read an analog, but I do have to look at it for a second to figure out what time it is. Like right now it's about 3:45. Whereas if I had a digital clock, I could have just looked and said, oh, it's 3:45. So call me stupid, call me a millennial, call me whatever you want, but I think a digital clock works better. I'm sure this looks a little bit more classy, but just give me my digital clock. So right now we are in Sport Plus mode. If we go ahead and switch it over, actually we were in Sport S mode. This is Sport Plus, so you'll see that the gauge cluster does change. This is Eco, which I think is really cool. I like the way the cluster changes. Now I see a lot of reviewers complain about this 8-speed transmission, and I personally don't mind it. It shifts pretty quick. You let it do its thing. You know, you put your foot to the floor, let it do its thing. It shifts good. The paddles are fun and responsive, and I have no qualms with this transmission. Is it as fast shifting as an 8 HP 75 or an 8 HP 70 ZF transmission? maybe not. I think our Durango RT shifts a little bit faster, but the Durango RT is also a 2021, whereas this is a 2016. So, you know, it is what it is. Could the transmission be better? Sure, but I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. I think it's, you know, it does its job, and this is a Toyota, so it's a reliable engine, reliable transmission, and you're not going to have any problems at all. So let's talk about future plans with this car. So as you guys know that have watched this channel, we don't leave vehicles stock for long. So we have already reached out to a couple of different companies as far as doing a cold air intake. Now Lexus's airbox design on this car, from the reading I've done, is already excellent. So we're probably going to leave the dual stage airbox alone, but there are companies that make heat shields for that dual stage airbox to kind of keep engine compartment air out of the intake when that flapper opens. There are companies that make upgraded intake tubes, you know, carbon fiber or something better than the rubber that it's made out of, that will look better. So even if we're not going to gain any power by doing a cold air intake, I'd like to dress up the engine bay by doing one, so we're definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going to run some sort of an oil catch can on this thing, because I don't want oil in my intake, and that is what happens with the positive crankcase ventilation system. It pulls in oil vapors and unburned, you know, vapors from inside of the engine, and they can accumulate in the intake. And even though this is a D4S engine, so it has port and direct injectors, I'm going to run one. I ran one on my Camry, and I plan on doing it here. So right now this thing is on some sort of a Hankook tire. They're probably at about half-life, so sooner than later I am probably going to upgrade to maybe a nice set of Michelin Pilot 4S's, or maybe the Continental Extreme Contact Sport 05s, I believe they are, that we put on the Camry when we put the wheels on there. I liked those tires a lot too. They were very sticky. So we're definitely going to do some sort of a tire, maybe a rim combination. We'll see what happens when that time comes. And I definitely plan on doing some sort of exhaust in the near future. So I've kind of known that, like I said in the previous video, I was pretty much plateaued with the Camry. There was nothing more I can do, and I wanted more power. If you remember many videos ago, I told you that I came from a 2017 Mustang GT before I got my Avalon and then Camry, and I just missed the raw horsepower and torque that you get from a naturally aspirated big displacement V8. And 5 liter, no, it isn't the biggest displacement, but it is 4 valves per cylinder. It does rev to 7,200-7,300 RPMs, so it's a high revving naturally aspirated V8, and I like that the most. The pull, the torque is linear, it increases with RPM. It's not like a turbo or a supercharged car where it's blowing the tires off as soon as the boost kicks in. It's a nice linear pull. The power delivery is smooth, and like I said earlier, I can drive this car just like I am now. I could have a full conversation with you, and it is very tame. It's dailyable. This is not going to be my daily driver. Obviously, we have our other Camry for that. But this is a car that you could live with day to day, and it's not going to hurt your wallet. It's a Toyota. You're basically getting a 500 almost horsepower Corolla as far as maintenance is concerned. Yes, it's going to hold a little bit more oil. Yeah, when it's time for spark plugs, you have 4 extra. But other than that, it's a Toyota. This V8 is based on the same V8 that they use in the Tundra and the Sequoia, so it is proven. And I have no worries or any problems that I ever foresee happening with this car. Hopefully. I don't want to jinx myself, but I bought this car for reliability and fun, and I'm hoping that we get both. Now, as far as the interior is concerned, this interior is a much nicer place to be than in that of the TRD Camry. After all, unfortunately, Toyota did base the TRD trimmed Camry on the SE. So it had vinyl seats. You know, the plastic the dashboard was just, you know, plastic. It was soft touch plastic, but it was still plastic. Here we have an Alcantara dash with little screws on it, and the screws actually say Lexus on them, which is pretty cool. We have carbon fiber or fake carbon fiber, I'm not sure which, trim throughout, and we have awesome seats here. These seats are incredible. They hug you, and they are actually very comfortable. So I definitely feel that this was a worthwhile upgrade from the TRD Camry. Alright guys, and that just about does it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing my videos. I would not have this car were it not for you guys watching my videos, and for that I am eternally grateful. If you told me 2 years ago that I would make enough money on YouTube to completely fund the purchase of this car, I would call you an absolute liar. But here it is in my garage, and it's all thanks to you guys. So please continue to like, share, and subscribe my videos. Stay tuned, and get this leaf off my trunk, for exciting new content coming with this car. Let me know down in the video description if there's anything you guys want to see, maybe some 0 to 60 videos, 0 to 100 videos, whatever it is that you want, let me know, we'll make it happen. We'll see you on the next one.